The movie begins in New Jersey 1952. Burt Fableman and Mitzi Fableman bring their son Sammy to a theater for his first movie, The Greatest Show on Earth. Sammy is nervous as it will be dark, and the people in the movie will be gigantic. Burt tells him that people look big because of the screen and explains how those things work. While Mitzi tells him that movies are like dreams he will never forget, she assures him he will have a great time. Sammy becomes wholly absorbed in the movie, but the scene he holds with him the most is when a car collides with a train, causing a massive collision. Sammy remains silent while returning home, and his parents think the movie is a bad idea because of Sammy's anxieties. Mitzi then asks him what he wants for Hanukkah. Sammy asks for Christmas lights, but Mitzi says they can't have them because they are Jewish. That night, Sammy dreams of the movie's collision scene, and Mitzi rushes downstairs hearing him screaming, where Sammy tells her he wants a train set for Hanukkah. Sammy also lives with his sisters, Reggie and Natalie, and a baby, Lisa. The family celebrates Hanukkah and presents gifts to the kids, where Sammy receives a train set. He was excited, and Burt helped him to build the set before showing it to their family. As Sammy watches the train closely, his anxiety kicks in. Later that night, Sammy recreates the movie's collision scene and gets scared. Brett tells Sammy that he can't treat his toys like that, and he wonders why Sammy would want to see them crash. Mitzi figures out that the scene is still stuck in Sammy's head, and Sammy is trying to take control over his fear. The following day, Mitzi brings him a video camera and allows him to crash the train one last time, so that he can film it and watch the crash over and over until it will not scare him anymore. The Fablemans are often visited by Burt's best friend, Benny Lowy, who also has a close connection with the kids. Sammy creates a short movie on the train crash and shows it to Mitzi, who claims it is the best film ever. We learn that Mitzi is a gifted piano player, which is why she understands Sammy's aspirations. Sammy begins to make more short films with his sisters. One day, Burt announces he got hired by General Electric because of his latest invention, and they will be leaving for Arizona. Mitzi gets disappointed after learning that Benny isn't coming with them as they didn't hire him. Mitzi insists on hiring Benny, as they can't leave him behind, and they have an argument. The kids come in to inform them that a tornado is approaching. Mitzi takes the kids out, gets them into the car and drives to get a better look at the tornado, nearly causing an accident. Mitzi was shaken up and told herself that everything happens for a reason before telling the same to the kids. The Fablemans moved to Arizona with Benny. A few years later, Sammy continued to make films with his friends in the Boy Scout troop, and his sisters Reggie and Natalie. During the post-production work, Sammy realizes the gunshots appear to be fake. A few days later, Sammy premieres the Western short film at an event, where Burt is also present. Everyone is amazed by Sammy's work, and is even more surprised after seeing that Sammy made those gunshots look more realistic. As a result, Sammy earns a badge in photography for his work. Burt teaches Sammy how to drive, where he discourages his filmmaking work and expects him to follow in his footsteps. The family goes on a camping trip with Benny. Sammy takes numerous photos as they have fun together, with Mitzi acting silly for her children. Mitzi begins dancing late at night, and Benny turns on the car headlights to provide adequate lighting for Sammy to record it. Reggie tries to stop her mother because her dress is see-through, but she continues to dance while the others enjoy it. Mitzi's mother dies a few days later, sending her into a deep depression. Burt buys an editing machine for Sammy and instructs him to make a short film on their camping trip, and insists on adding Mitzi's dance. When Sammy says he will be working the entire weekend to shoot a new film, Burt accuses him of being selfish because he wants Sammy to finish the film immediately to cheer up his mother. That night, Mitzi receives what she believes is a phone call from her mother, warning her not to let someone into her house. The following day, the family is visited by Mitzi's Uncle Boris, and Mitzi thinks her mother might be warning her about him. Uncle Boris may appear rude, but he understands Sammy's fixation on art. Boris describes how he abandoned his dreams to work and make easy money, and claims that Mitzi should have been a concert pianist. He encourages Sammy to pursue his art even if it hampers his relationship with his family. Sammy starts working on the camping film. During the editing process, he witnesses a few clips of his mom and Benny holding hands and getting very close, which leads him to believe they are having an affair. Sammy completes the film, but doesn't reveal their affair to anyone, leaving him angry. He channels his anger in the direction of his next war film. In this film, he works on a bigger scale and pushes to lead to crying for real while all the other actors play the dead soldiers. At the premiere of this war film, he receives a great response. When Mitzi comes over to congratulate him, he ignores her and does the same with Benny. After a few days of similar behavior, Sammy and Mitzi have a heated argument, resulting in Mitzi slapping Sammy on the bare back. She immediately apologizes to Sammy before asking him what's happening. He shows her the edited reel with the footage of her being close to Benny. Mitzi is brought to tears, and Sammy promises that he won't tell anyone. Sammy decides to retire from movie making and sells his camera, but Benny gets him a new one. Despite Sammy's attempts to refuse it and even tries to pay Benny back for it. He tells Sammy that he may hate him by all means, but he must not give up on making films because that would break his mother's heart. Bert is set for a new job in California, and the family has to move while Benny decides to stay back. The Fabelmans relocate to California and live in a temporary residence. Sammy begins high school and soon finds himself in trouble with two popular kids, Logan and Chad Oakes, after he accidentally spikes a volleyball in Chad's face. When they find out Sammy is Jewish, they start calling him Bagelman and making anti-Semitic remarks. Sammy's sisters blame him for their mom being sad and sleeping all day. Bert suggests she see a psychiatrist, as she hasn't unwrapped the piano and stopped cooking and shopping. He claims she is mourning as somebody died. Later, Sammy finds Logan kissing a girl with a redhead. When Logan and Chad antagonize Sammy in front of Logan's actual girlfriend Claudia. Sammy says he caught Logan kissing a redhead, which Claudia apparently knew Logan had done before. Logan strikes Sammy in the face and demands that he informs Claudia that he is lying. Sammy informs Claudia and her friend Monica that he lied, but they both appear to know that he was forced to do it because he described the girl as a redhead, and they realize that girl is Renee. Monica brings Sammy to her home and attempts to get him to pray before they start kissing. They begin dating, and Monica is invited to the Fabelmans for dinner, where she pushes Sammy to record their forthcoming ditch day on the beach, and offers to use her father's fancy camera. Sammy joined his classmates at the beach and filmed a lot of footage while spending time with Monica. As the Fabelmans move into their own house, Bert and Mitzi inform the kids that they are divorcing, because Mitzi is still in love with Benny. Reggie begs her to stay, while Natalie blames Mitzi for their family's breakdown. Sammy returns to his room, where Reggie speaks to him and tells him that he is emotionally estranged from the family. Sammy wants her to see his rough version of the ditch day film before she leaves, and she agrees. Monica is accompanied to prom by Sammy. Sammy tells her he will be moving to Los Angeles and getting work in a movie studio. He asks Monica if she could come with him, and she refuses as she wants to attend the university in Texas. Sammy then declares his love for Monica, but she refuses and eventually breaks up with him. Later, Sammy premieres the Ditch Day video, which includes scenes of Claudia being mean to Renee, Chad getting embarrassed by a girl at the beach, while Logan running in a race and appearing all-American and athletic, earning him plaudits from the audience, and Claudia kisses him. The kids applaud Sammy, but he is left and crying in the hallway. Logan approaches him and asks why Sammy made him appear so great despite how he treated him, to which Sammy responds that it was necessary for the film. Chad approaches to attack Sammy because of how he was portrayed in the film, but Logan hits Chad in the face and scares him away. Logan then departs from Sammy peacefully. Sammy returns home and speaks with Mitzi. She tells him she can't give up on her love for Benny and encourages him not to give up on his passion for filmmaking. The two reunite, and Sammy is willing to forgive his mom. A year later, Sammy is living in Hollywood with Bert. He has had a difficult time getting a job in his chosen field. Sammy is exhausted from being caught up between college and finding work, and he considers dropping out of college, as if he keeps continuing like this he will hate school and won't get any work. Bert tells him to calm down and offers him some soup. Sammy finds a letter from his mother, who moved back to Phoenix with the girls. Bert gets upset after seeing a picture where he finds Mitzi and Benny looking happy. Bert then tells Sammy to drop out of college if he doesn't like it, and allows him to follow his. Bert then hands him a mail, which was from CBS. Sammy reads the letter and reveals that he finally got an offer. Sammy visits the Paramount Pictures studio, and is hired to work on the sitcom Hogan's Heroes. The executive finds Sammy's interest in cinema rather than television, so he arranges Sammy a brief meeting with legendary filmmaker John Ford. Ford lights a cigar, directs Sammy to examine two paintings, and asks for its horizon. Sammy points out that one painting has its horizon on the bottom, and the other has it on top. John says the top and bottom horizons are interesting, but the horizon in the middle is boring. He wishes Sammy good luck and tells him to leave. Sammy walks around the studio backlot while the camera frames the horizon to the center, defying Ford's suggestion, before reframing the horizon at the far bottom. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and turn on notifications to watch more videos like this.